Yo, what up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Talking Fragrance with Frank. Guys, listen, today I wanted to drop a video on some free fragrances that I bought in the past. Fragrances that I really bought based on other people's opinion and reviews. I do this all the time. I've gone through hundreds of fragrances. In fact, my own mother had to stop me from buying fragrances because I used to give them away to my friends when I go to the Caribbean sometimes. I was probably spending way more money than I needed to. I always recommend to people that you need at least 3 fragrances in your cologne. On your selection for, base. I like to call it collection. You don't need more than 3. If you got a lot of money, yes, get into it. Why not? But I think you're going to get the most amount of buck for your money when you tend to have more diversity. Also, different fragrances call for different occasion. You can't get into the summer with a fragrance that's more aimed at the winter. For example, if you're going for a more of a gourmand fragrance, I think it's more of a winter fragrance rather than a summer fragrance. Summer fragrance tend to be a little bit more woody, tend to be fresher, more aquatic, more floral notes, and gourmands tend to be more of a sweet palate, more spicy. Woods are in there as well, but that's based on whatever who's making the fragrance. Without getting anything else getting in the way of what I want to talk about, I want to talk about fragrances, my friend, that I hated when I bought them, but that today they're part of my collection, and I love them for what it is. So I'll probably go about 3 or 4 here, but I'm going to start with the ones I bought first. You see, I got into Replica by Maison Margiela Jazz Club. When I got this fragrance, I hated every ounce of it. Every single spray. I thought it was a waste of money. But as time went on, it kind of mellowed, matured, became more sophisticated. It became more inspiring. It warmed my heart. And this is one of the fragrances that you need to have, especially for this time of the year. Replica Jazz Club by Maison Margiela. I believe it is. Yes. Yeah, Maison Margiela. That's right. I thought it was. So this is one of the best ones. Also, they have another one called By the Fireplace. That's supposed to be amazing. I personally don't have it, but my cousin told me that he owns a big collection than I do, that he's into it. He loves it. I tried Initiation from him. Another fragrance I hated when I got was this fragrance. Everyone loves this thing, but now I do. It's called Narciso Rodrigo Bleu Noir. It's a great fragrance if you're going to the gym. It's a bit more aquatic, more woody. I would say it's a versatile fragrance. It aimed at mainstream. It's an Eau de Parfum, this one. When I got it at the beginning, I can tell you one thing. I hated this fragrance. I couldn't wear it. I couldn't even think of wearing it at all. To be honest with you, it kind of grew on me with time, which means I love it now. I'm a fan of it. Bleu Noir by Narciso Rodriguez. I love this fragrance. I would recommend it to anyone. It's a little bit more mature. I would say if you're a little bit in school, you're young, maybe 18, 21, you're a college, and you're probably not going to like this. But if you're a little bit probably above that, you got a decent sniff nose, you might love it. I definitely know that. Another fragrance I hated, which it's hard to palate this one. It's not for the faint-hearted, I would say. It's Gucci Guilty Absolute. Wait, almost dropping. Gucci Guilty Absolute by Alberto Marinho. If you know Alberto Marinho, the creator of Acqua di Gio, CKNY, Dylan Blue, and so many others. Which I love this one, Acqua di Gio Profumo. This one is a great fragrance. You need to get your hand on this if you got some some fragrance you're looking for. I will always recommend that with my blind heart to everyone. So, this fragrance is gorgeous. It didn't to begin with feel gorgeous. It felt absolutely diabolical to me. It felt like rancid wood that's been sat in the freaking outside and you brought it into the house. I mean, rained on, sun's going through it. It just felt awful. But as you wear it, as you grow up with it, as you mature with time, you get a very, very elevated, sophisticated smell to it. The scent that this fragrance got is for an environment where you have to be, I would say, maybe hunting, when you go out with your mates and you're well dressed up. Some fragrance call for that. You need to be well dressed up. I think this is a fragrance for a suit and tie. I don't think you can put this with a cap on and some t-shirt like this. You need to have a suit and tie and some Oxford for this. You need to pull it. But little boys can't pull this one. I'm sorry, my friends. You need to be a big boy with big, down there. So, these are 3 fragrances I've hated, which I now falling in love with. There's probably another one that I would drop in there. This brand is totally understated. I honestly believe that. This is my personal opinion. I don't think people give it enough recommendation to this. And this is Bentley Fragrances. To me, Bentley Fragrances is way beyond what people stand for. I mean, it's undervalued, I would say, at probably, I think I paid like 35 for this. Yeah, 35, 40 quid, I think it is. You got 100 mil here. And this is Momentum Unlimited. There is also another one that if you're this time of the year you will like. It's Bentley Intense. This is a fragrance that this time of the year, the summer, the autumn, the winter and the autumn is a recommendation. I hated this fragrance when I got it at the beginning. Totally hated it. I think it was too woody, too fresh. It was giving me notes everywhere. I think the profile of it didn't feel like it matured, because some fragrances you get it and they kind of mature to time, and somehow they get better. They smooth out and they get better. But this one was like somebody just knocked you out with a baseball bat. It was straight onto it. So Bentley Momentum Unlimited. I hated this one too, and I'm now falling in love with. I don't know if time has that problem with me. There's one fragrance that I hate and I will never buy, I will never recommend. It's Encore Noir Intense. I hate that fragrance. To me, it smells like cat piss. I don't know why. I can't stand it. I bought it, and the biggest bottle you can imagine is about this size. And I hated that fragrance for time on. I had it there for about 6-8 months. In fact, I gave it away to someone I didn't like very much. That's how much I like that fragrance. And I'm very sorry for that. But the person wanted a fragrance, so why not? What a way to escape, I say. So, this is my recommendation, my friends, for fragrances that I grew on me with time, but that I hated to begin with. And it will be these bad boys.